All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. So this week we are on to the budget. It is the most important thing that you will ever do regarding your money. Because your budget is the key of where your money goes, how much of it goes to that particular line item in your budget. It is the key to maintaining your money because you know exactly where it's going, you know the category, you know how much you're putting towards it. And so let's get into it so we can really figure out how to maintain being debt-free. Did anyone else catch Suze Orman on The Breakfast Club? If you did not, once you finish watching this video, once you finish liking and subscribing, and maybe dusting the comment section a little bit, once you've done that, then please go watch my pastor in finance, Suze Orman. She really did something that I have not seen from a millionaire before. She gave us a free copy of her book. It was the Audible version of it, but it's just as good. We still got the same information. And if you have not, I guess you could check it out at the library, which I'll get to in a second, but get the information. It is for 50 and up, but I was listening because I am starting to strengthen and bulk up my retirement and just thinking about retirement and how I want to see that and different things I want to do in that, i.e. live on an island, but that's another thing. But please go watch her. She gave us some really good information. And I would definitely say start with free ways you can get her information. That podcast is wonderful. But just go listen. Anytime she speaks, I listen. And she is definitely on YouTube with her old show. It's the Suze Orman Show. So speaking about free stuff, everyone should download your city's public library app. It is a way for you to get financial information. It is a way for you to get Audible books for free. And if you pay taxes, you deserve to get free stuff from your city. So this is a way that I do it. I don't pay for Audible anymore, and I still get the same information. You do get the same books. You may get them, a little bit later. It's not an instant thing, but this is a way for you to get free financial information and not spend money. This is so important. You're on a financial journey. You're trying to clean up your mess, and you don't need to spend money to learn how to manage your money. That doesn't make any sense. So use your city's public library app. Go to the library, check the books out, but I encourage everyone to do this. You want the information, and you don't need to pay for it. It's here for free for you. All right, you got your app, you got your Excel spreadsheet. We are ready. This is the simplest way to get out of debt, and I feel like it is a tried and true way. So for me, I use the Dave Ramsey method, and I looked out there. There are so many different ways. You can do it from the card that has the most interest. You can do it from the balance with the least amount of money on it or anything like that. I went with this method, and I went with it solely because I like instant gratification. So when we are listing your debts from smallest to largest, I want to know if I pay off card A, it's gone. I don't want to keep looking at something over and over again, paying $20 here, $20 there. It just didn't work for me and my personality. And so I feel like this way is a great way to just get it. It keeps you motivated because you can actually see the money and see it work. So the first thing you do, save $1,000. Now, for some of y'all, this is going to be so easy. You're going to get this done in one check. For others, it's going to take you a couple checks to get this. But when I tell you, it is the critical part of the budget. Because as soon as you get out of debt and you really make up your mind, like, I'm living this way, all hell breaks loose. Somebody breaks your window, your furnace goes out. It's just things happen. So you want to have that $1,000 there to where something happens, you can just take care of it and it's no sweat off your back and you don't use your credit cards. All right, so we're knocking out step one. We got the $1,000 saved. It's sitting in the corner. Do not touch this money unless it's an absolute emergency. The next one, we are going to list your debts from the smallest to the largest. And this is called the snowball method. It's very simple. Smallest to the largest. If you got 20 cards, list all 20. Believe me, I had about hot 15. And I listed everything from the smallest to the largest. Start with the smallest card. If it's $30, $300, whatever the case may be, start there and work your way down. That's all snowball means. So this is how my Excel spreadsheet looks, and it is basic is the only word I can think about. But it's fine because ultimately you want to know when you get paid, how much you owe, to whom you owe the money to, and the amount of your check if it changes or anything like that. I put everything on the left side is my dates and who I owe, and then on my right side is my monthly expenses no matter what. And you can put the dates that stuff is due, that's fine. But you want to make this super simple. It has to be so simple that you can update it with no problem, that you can look at it constantly and it's not like so much flowers. Like I bought budgets. I just did stuff you was not supposed to do and waste money. But at the end of the day, this works for me. It's simple. It's easy to update. I just highlight when something is done or I've completed something, and it just gets the job done. I don't have the stress of, did I update my budget? My numbers are off, anything like that. So on your right side, go ahead and list out everybody you owe. $20 to Macy's, $30 to Old Navy, $2,000 to health and wellness, whatever the case may be. Put it on there and line them up, smallest to largest. This is the way you're going to tackle these debts. Now, if you have any loans, this is critical. Make sure you're listing those loans. If they're separate, they're separate. Do not do a big lump sum or line item that just says student loan debt, $17,000, $70,000, $170,000. Do not do that. Separate them out. Them loans do not know each other. So you need to make sure it's separated out. Now, you're going to pay the minimum on every single thing. If the minimum payment is $20, you are paying $20 and not $1 more. You just pay $20. You are going to focus on that first debt. However much that is, you are going to go ahead and throw any additional funds to it so you can clear it up. So if it's $200 and you were making $20 minimum payments on it, and you can make the extra $100 or whatever, $50, go ahead and throw that on there, whatever you can do. And this is why the budget is so critical, because you need to know how much fluff money you have. That's the money you get to throw at your debts. So everything else, bare minimum, except the first debt, and you're getting it tackled. So now that you got the first debt tackled, this is why it's called a snowball. Whatever extra money you were putting towards that debt now rolls to your second debt. Remember, you are already making minimum payments on this debt, and you are now adding to this debt the money that you were able to, i.e., save from the first one, or the extra payments you were able to make. So if you were able to make an extra $200 on your first debt, now you're able to move that $200 down to your second debt and make the minimum payment. And you know you're able to do this because it's in your budget and you were able to do it for the first debt. And you just keep going, keep going. Remember, everything else stays the same. It is the minimum payments. You're not changing that at all, but you are just adding those additional payments. So you do move your $200 down to the next line item. Then once you pay that off and that card was $500, now you're able to add $700 to your next one because you took the first payment and the second payment and moved it down. And you just keep going. It is so freeing once you have done this. So if you have been following my videos, just think within this short amount of time, you have pulled your annual credit report. You actually know where you stand financially. You've digested that, you've accepted it, and now you have opened up your ears, your mind, you're listening to new podcasts, you're downloading new books. Remember, all of this needs to be free because this is not a part of your budget, it's not a part of your debt, but you're able to do that. And lastly, you just created your budget. You have listed all your debts from the smallest to the largest. You have assigned everybody their number, and you are starting the process of the snowball method and paying your debts down. That is an accomplishment. I need everybody to realize that. just knowing where you stand financially for a lot of people is the part that makes them stuck. They get really depressed about it. And the fact that you were able to do all of that and create a plan for yourself lets you know how serious you are about being debt free. So don't forget to celebrate this moment. Make sure that you are paying attention to your budget. Make sure that you're paying your debts on time or before the due dates. Those are really important things. But once you start your snowball, that's it. You're just moving money down and you're looking at the bigger picture. If you ever get discouraged or anything, that's what your podcast and books are for, to keep you motivated. And after you like and subscribe this video, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And we can do like a more in-depth video if you need more information. All right, guys, let's go. Back to budgets. Time to go.